New article on the Hill. Several House Democrats are criticizing 28-year-old Democratic wonderkind Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Now, they're charging that she is attacking fellow Democrats from the left and falsely accusing a Democrat leader of mounting a third-party challenge against her. Congressman Bill Pascrell of New Jersey said she doesn't know what the hell she's talking about. Congressman Lacey Clay called her petty. It's a lack of maturity on her part. And liberal Congressman Alcee Hastings offered this warning: meteors fizz out. Joining me now for a reaction is Chris Hahn, a former aide to Chuck Schumer, and Democratic pollster and strategist Mark Penn. Great to see both of you. Mark, this is kind of an interesting turn. Like 5 seconds ago, she was the future of the party. She's like huge promotion, cover of magazines, and now it's look out.
Well, she hasn't even been elected yet. She hasn't served in office. She hasn't actually done anything in politics. So, look, I think there is, of course, a split here between the left and the center of the party, and there's going to be a big fight over that, and you can see that fight building now.
Chris, there was a moment at this, I guess this was, I don't know where this was, but she was talking about the Palestinian question. Let's watch.
You use the term the occupation of Palestine. I think what I meant is like the settlements. Do you think you can expand on that? I am not the expert on geopolitics on this issue.
I'm sorry, Chris, but that's just, I mean, God bless her. She's 28 years old. She seems like a very interesting person. I mean, she's interesting. Yeah. I mean, I'm being, you know, she seems like a nice person, but well, she doesn't know what the hell she's talking about, okay? But go ahead. You can react to this.
Well, her campaign was about local issues, and they're asking her about global politics, and she's going to have to get up to speed to that. And you're right. She's 28. She's got no experience on the national stage. But I see these articles about, you know, who's sniping at her. I think they're a little jealous. She's a rising star. Her name is everywhere. People want to get to know her. And, of course, she's going to make a few people mad. She's an insurgent. That's what happens when there's an insurgency. And people still have a little bit of hard feelings after a primary. But you know what? Incumbents need to work their districts, or they're going to face the same fate. That's what happens in America. We have elections for a reason, and people have to pay attention to the issues that matter to their constituents. Her issues were health care, child care, and affordability of schools and transit and other things.
Yeah, her issues were, but it wasn't about free. All free, Chris. No one's going to have to pay for it. This money's going to fall from the sky. It's going to be like lollipops in every bush. Pick them off and lick them. I mean, it's all going to be perfect. I'm sorry, but
well, again,
look, you're right, though. You're right. The incumbents have to work hard. I agree with you on that, Mark. Look,
and one other point, Laura. You know, the whether or not the party is going to accept her depends on how big their majority is come January. If it's a one-vote majority, they're going to accept her with open arms.
That's
true.
If
it's 40 votes, she's going to have to get along.
That's true, and she has to learn a little bit. But Mark.
Oh, no, you see, first of all, if it is very tight Congress, it's the moderates who are going to hold the power. Because it's the moderates who really will be able either to bring across Republicans, get a majority. It won't be the left. And also, it's not a question of stopping bills the way that it was. It's really quite a different power dynamic. So, look, I think this is all overblown. Right. She really doesn't command anything other than media attention. Yeah. And, in fact, the right likes to hype her to say that she's the representative of the Democratic Party because she's a socialist. And trust me, 86% of Democrats reject socialism. So she right now, she won an election with 25,000 votes.
But we have a poll, this YouGov poll that came out, that 57% of Democrats want candidates to be more like Bernie Sanders. 16% said less. 27% not sure. Bernie Sanders and she are kind of joined at the hip on a lot of these issues. So the left is the future of the party. You're kind of like the old dinosaur, not to be too personal here, Mark, but you're like this reasonable, moderate, third way, Al Fromm kind of Democrat. And like she's on those posters looking like Eva Peron. I mean, come on, that's exciting.
Well, these moderates have a way of coming back because every time the Democrats wind up in the wilderness, it's the moderates who bring the Democratic
All right,
Party
but it's not that she just makes people mad, Chris. It's that she has some warped views on economics.
I do think that right now, when we have this no-holds-barred, Wild West hyper-capitalism, what that means is profit at any cost. Capitalism has not always existed in the world, and it will not always exist in the world.
Chris, apparently she wants another system other than capitalism. Okay, but explain how that's worked and where that's worked. Well, like, tell me where.
Well, I didn't hear her say she wanted something other than capitalism. I heard her say that she might want reasonable bank reform, like Dodd-Frank, things like that, which I think most Americans after 2008 wanted. So look, she's 28. She's 28. She has never had this kind of experience before. And she's going to learn, and she seems very smart. She seems to have very good political chops, Laura. I think we could both agree on that.
I think she's an attractive candidate. I think she's an attractive candidate. I think she's young, she's hungry, and she wants to make a difference. And I think that's a good thing. I don't agree with her on pretty much anything, but she seems kind of, if you're a Democrat and you're kind of a liberal living in a loft in like Williamsburg or something like wow, this is cool. Let's hang out at the coffee shop and talk about socialism. Like that, she calls herself
I think she's an exciting candidate. She's got a lot of big ideas, and I think she's going to learn in Congress that we have an incremental system of government, and I think she'll work within that system, and I think she'll be good at it.
Mark calls herself a socialist.
Look, she's out of the mainstream as a socialist. Democrats, as I said, in the recent Harvard Caps poll, very few Democrats believe in socialism over capitalism. So don't kid yourself. Democrats haven't moved as far left as the activists who were running these campaigns would make you believe.
Well, Chris, and Joe Lieberman has an op-ed coming out tomorrow, apparently. It says that Democrats should vote for Joe Crowley, vote in Joe Crowley, because she's a threat to the party. So Lieberman, an old Democrat, they're voting for Joe Crowley for working families. So, well, the old guard is stepping in saying, whoa, slow down,
he's another
kids.
one of those guys.
Don't try this at home.
He's another of those guys who got out of touch with his state and was voted out of office or lost the primary in his state.
My home state of
Joe
Connecticut. Connecticut is a
Joe
disaster.
Crowley is not.
Oh, my God. Joe Lieberman is more in touch with Connecticut than the Governor Malloy or whatever his name was.
Look, Crowley said don't vote for me.
Well, now he is. He's been home now.
So that's not happening. Let her be in Congress.
Right.